Hi, I'm Tamara. I just want to introduce myself to those who don't know me. I'm with Via Customers. We're a software company that helps build more meaningful customer relations for world businesses with a suite of mobile commerce tools. And in the land of finding, keeping, and building your brand's most loyal customers, companies are always asking questions on what is the best way to do this. One way to do this, though, is by launching effective giveaways. And there's no one better to share how it's done using Via's software suite of tools than our guest speaker, Van Oaks. And over the next hour and a half, my co-host and our guest speaker will share with you examples of effective giveaways, show you tangible models, critical success steps in giveaways, and place numbers behind these results. Do you go to the next slide? Before we kick things off, I just want to thank you all for joining us on behalf of VIA. We know your time is valuable, and we're very grateful that you've chosen to share your time. Our agenda consists of this introduction, the giveaway overview by my co-host, Kurt Bell, presenting our guest speaker, Van Oaks, and he'll go over giveaway 101. And then down at the bottom at the end, we'll do some Q&A with Kurt Bell and our VIA team. So as we move through this agenda, the chat will be open for questions, feedback, comments. So we'd love to hear from you. So let's get started. In talking with my co-host yesterday, as we were going over this presentation, I asked how I should introduce us. And as you know, are we similar to Bert and Ernie, maybe Laverne and Shirley, maybe Miss Piggy and Kermit? He basically said, let's go with Bonnie and Clyde. So I'd like to introduce you to my partner in crime, my co-host, Kurt Bell.
There we go. It was restricting the unmute button. Gotta love technical difficulties to start out. Well, sweet. Really, really excited to be here with everyone today. Appreciate you taking time to meet with us. And as always, big thanks to Van for being here as well. I personally am stoked to hear from him. So yeah, I've asked to give a little bit of an overview of giveaways, maybe share some case studies outside of what we'll hear from Van today, but from what we've seen on the sales side of things here at Via, how we've been able to help some of our customers implement giveaways. So what we'll do is kind of walk through a case study here. Chaz, maybe if we move over to the next slide. And I guess the ask would be here, we'll have the opportunity to hear from Van on specific giveaway strategies, best practices, how we can implement giveaways. But I think it's important to emphasize that having the right tool and right team behind you is just as important as having the right strategy. So I'll kind of talk about the tool, how Via itself helps with giveaways, and then Van will have the opportunity to tell how you can leverage that tool with the giveaway strategy to see success. So one of our current clients, Urban Eden, a little bit about them. If we click maybe 3 times here, Chaz, that'd be great. So they create all natural soap products based out of Atlanta. They've been with us here at Via since January, so about 6-7 months now. Prior to Via, they were with a competitor, an alternative SMS provider. Been with them for 7 months and enjoyed them. Really had no reason to leave. They were happy with their results, but they wanted to come test us here at Via specifically to prove our best-in-class list growth as well as revenue generation. We claim that we can grow your list faster and more effectively than other companies can, and that we can generate more revenue. And they wanted to put that to test through our 30-day pilot that we offer. So to share a little bit on the results that they saw, maybe to give you a base understanding, prior to Via, average over the 7 months, and in 7 months, they built their list to about 15,000 SMS subscribers. So very healthy size list. And they were bringing in about $20,000 monthly off of their prior platform. What we did was a 30-day pilot to then test what Via could bring in comparison to that. And so to show you the results there, if we click one more time there, Chaz, during the 30-day pilot in January with Urban Eden, you'll see some significant numbers during the first 30 days. So 40% increase in list growth, right? And then a 90% increase. We almost doubled the amount of revenue they were bringing in over text. That's great, but we knew that Urban Eden had even greater potential. And they had some giveaway already in place that they wanted to host in March. So we put together a strategy to help them build up their list and ramp up as quickly as they could on the platform so we could leverage SMS as part of this giveaway. And so Chaz, if we go to the next screen here, you'll see the results from month 2 and month 3. Month 2, almost doubled the results or tripled the results from their trial, right? 90K of revenue, 25,000 subscribers. They're doing extremely well. And then month 3, we just saw explosive growth where their list size ended up more than doubling what they originally started with us 3 months prior. And their revenue jumped from averaging $20,000 a month to generating 355K in 1 month on the platform. This was a combination of things, but we want to highlight how we here at Via, along with Urban Eden, help them achieve this explosive growth in month 3, and how this is something that's repeatable and scalable at any company. And so if we go to the next slide, we'll kind of highlight 3 key ways in which we're able to help them achieve this explosive growth. One was a strategic partner. Quentin over at Urban Eden, he and Tamara work extremely closely together. Tamara's the customer success manager assigned to Urban Eden. They had the giveaway in place, and Tamara is the one that suggested, hey, if you're going to collect people's information, if you're going to have a giveaway, make the way they enter signing up for your SMS list, that they have to sign up so you can capture that information. It was Tamara's idea, and it proved to be extremely effective. The other way was having a winning tool, a winning combination or partnership, like we mentioned earlier. So having a platform or an SMS mobile commerce software that was built around list growth and revenue generation. So they leveraged our opt-in tool, Instagram swipe ups, landing pages, text keywords to enter, all of these different ways they were leveraging to be able to grow their list, knowing that they would have this giveaway in March that they wanted to take advantage of. The third and most important piece, and I know Van's going to touch on this a little bit today, is they had a captured audience. So by people signing up for their giveaway through text, it wasn't a one-time explosive growth. They were able to leverage that information to push out the promotion. They had their biggest sale in the history of the company, their biggest sale at the end of March, where it was 50% off everything in the store, I believe. And so they used SMS campaigns to target consistently over that week span. And they were able to retarget those customers because they'd captured their information. They'd spent the 3 months building a relationship with them. And then they used text to send out those campaigns. So very brief case study, but if there are a few takeaways I would have to maybe mull over and think about as we listen to Van's strategy here, it would be that one, wasn't a one-time thing. They've experienced stabilized growth where now they're averaging right in between $150,000, $200,000 a month on the platform. So it's up-leveled their performance, but they've also maintained in contact and captured that audience. So having SMS coupled with your giveaway strategy is what will create that winning combination. And that's what we're designed and engineered to do, is to help you succeed there. So excited to chat, excited to now listen to Van and get some perspective on how we can form and create giveaways effectively. But then we'll tie this in at the end again of how Via and giveaways are the right combination to help you succeed. So Tamara, I'll turn the time over to you in preparation to listen to Van.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Kurt. I appreciate it. Well, today we have the pleasure of talking with and hearing from none other than Van Oaks. And if you've ever watched the Discovery Channel, you've most likely seen Van's creative work in real time. So Van was the CMO of Diesel Powered Gear, is an online e-commerce store featured on a hit TV show, Diesel Brothers. Diesel Powered Gear has forged an 8-figure empire using social media influencers centered around all things diesel. Just recently, Van had an opportunity to take his dream job and partnering with Skylab Ventures as CMO. He is an entrepreneur extraordinaire with his hands in every facet of e-commerce. The co-owner of EMG Agency, it's a multi-brand co-founder and a CMO of multiple companies. On a personal note, Van is a father of 4 to the cutest kids and a husband to his beautiful wife, Kim, of 12 years. He has a love and a passion for teaching, which takes him around the world as an international speaker. And so to quote him directly, I genuinely love what I do. I love learning. I love teaching people what I have learned. I love meeting new people and I love hearing people's success stories, end quote. So Van, we're so excited to hear from you today and thank you.
Thank you. That might have been the best intro I've ever received, ever.
Perfect.
So that was fantastic. Are you going to have me share my screen then? Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me know if that worked.
Yes, sir.
We're good?
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's hop into it a little bit. I'm going to make sure this works. Cool. We're going to talk about how to launch effective giveaways, right? Diesel Power Gear that we're built around, we're a giveaway company, but I work in tandem with, 15, 20 different brands who are running giveaways at any time. So I understand how they work, and why every business really should be doing them. So for those of you that don't know who I am, or more importantly, who I am is not important, like who Diesel Power Gear is as a company. Diesel Power Gear was established in 2013. I was brought on in 2015. But the business model of the company is every $5 you spend gets you one automatic entry to win a big diesel truck. And I'm talking like $100,000 diesel truck. So we're talking big giveaways, a lot of money invested into these giveaways. So we'll discuss that a little bit. And then we'll also talk about, I know that's not probable for most companies. Most companies can't throw $100,000 at a truck to give away. So we'll also talk about smaller giveaways for everybody. So here's a couple reasons why everybody should run a giveaway at some point. Like, especially if we're talking that every $5 you spend gets you one entry to win. It increases your average order value, like just because the more they spend, the higher chances they have to win. It increases your lifetime value because as time goes on, if you're running a giveaway and somebody doesn't win, but then you post videos and pictures of the person that won, and then you run another giveaway, most likely these people are going to enter again. So it increases the lifetime value. It allows you to acquire a customer at a higher cost if you know the lifetime value is going to be bigger. And this is what I was talking about. It increases the repeat purchasers. I don't know how many people we have in the room, not really that important, but I want to play a game just with everybody. If in the comments, I can't see the comments anymore. I was able to see them, but I don't know where they're at now. Not important. You guys can see them. So I want you to put the highest number of orders that you've had by a customer. If you beat my highest numbers of orders, I'll give you $100. I'll just Venmo you $100, just because I know it's very unlikely, just because of the business model and how this stuff works. So put it in the chat. I'll give you $100 if you beat me. So here's Diesel Power Gear's numbers. Our highest customer by one person was 398. Now this is not for a subscription business, right? This isn't somebody that's getting auto billed every month on a subscription. This is a business where we don't have that, or we do now, but we didn't. And this is, if you did the math on this and figured out when the company was established and how many times Lee Weber's purchases, he's purchasing basically every single week. He hasn't missed a week of buying something. So to say it builds repeat customers would be an understatement. It builds a community around your brand. We've established a great community through Facebook groups, through our Instagram, through everything, where everybody kind of loves to see everybody's truck. They love to see the people who won, so forth. So it builds a great community. And then it gives you content to post. Facebook and Instagram came out last year and they said, if you're wanting to grow your social media, which all of you should be wanting to do, 3 to 5 posts a day is suggested for growth. Most brands, that's going to be hard to do. If you're selling cookies, I mean, how many pictures of cookies can you post a day? How many t-shirts can we post a day? There's not that many. So it gives you something else to post along with that to help your growth. And then it's cheaper top of funnel traffic. So on all paid avenues, call it Facebook, everybody should be running some sort of paid in some way, shape, or form. We use an omni-channel approach where we're running every platform you can think of on paid. And at the end of the day, when you're running a giveaway, we find that traffic is 3 times cheaper by running a giveaway. So lastly, most important thing for us is Diesel Power Gears. It's just good to give back. We get an unbelievable opportunity every single month where we get to actually meet an end consumer, somebody who's buying our product, somebody who loves our brand, and we actually get to change their lives. We get to give them a truck. And it's probably the most rewarding part about working for Diesel Power Gear is getting to see that and getting to meet those people. I think it's very important that you as a business owner still keep in contact or at least know who your end consumer is. So let's talk about our big giveaways. This is our Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is a week-long campaign that we ran, and we sent 4 texts out during this time. I actually just copied and pasted the numbers from this time of when we sent out. So we grew our list, and then this is our Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Our first text that we sent out had a 23% conversion rate, which is pretty damn high, nearly $400,000 in revenue. Second text that we sent out 3 days later brought in another $170,000. Now I was segmenting out people that had purchased during this time because I know they're not going to buy again. So that's why you see the numbers going down a little bit. And then this is almost towards the end of it. And then this is the last day of our Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or our last text. We brought in $800,000. I mean, $792,000 just from our text list. It's by far the best return that you're going to get out of any platform. So I suggest everybody does it. So here's a little bit of information about how to run a large giveaway. If you are one of those companies and you have some money put aside, some budget put aside for a large giveaway, here's some tips on setting those up. And then after this, we'll go into a smaller giveaway. So larger giveaways, you need to know your niche. You need to know the who, the what, the where, the when, who they are, when they buy, where they live, when, like, is it typically mornings or nighttime, so forth. Most importantly, you need to know why they buy and what motivates them. So like, as you think of something to give away to your people, I have a 91% male demographic for Diesel Power Gear. It would not make sense to go through and give away a Gucci purse or leggings or anything of the female demo. Like, our people love manly stuff because it's 91% male demographic. So know your niche, know what would motivate your people to buy. Bake the margins into your giveaway. If you're selling a $10 shirt and you want to go out and run a big giveaway, there's just not margins there to do that. Diesel Power Gear sells a $35 shirt. Do the shirts cost us $35 to make? No. But we do a lot of stuff to entice people to buy. So those are baked into every shirt purchase. We allot basically $5 in margin on every product just for the giveaway. Register your giveaway. If you're giving away something more than $5,000 in grand prize total, you need to register this giveaway with all the states in the United States. You can do it in Canada, Mexico too. But if it's under $5,000, there's really not a ton of regulation. It's not really that important to register the giveaway in every single state. If it is over 5,000, reach out to me. I can connect you with our law firm that does it for us. You can get a third-party law firm to register it in all the states, so you don't have to do the legwork, and it'll cost like $2 to $3 grand. Not crazy expensive. You need to have a clear start and end date. Like, people are not going to enter a giveaway if they A, don't know when it started, and B, don't know when it ended, especially if they don't know when it ends. It's hard to get motivated to get entered to win something when a year down the road, you're going to give it away. People forget about it. We've found that what works good for us was 6 weeks, tend to be good for a really large giveaway, and then weekends and 1 week for smaller giveaways. We've got that down to a 1 month now, because our systems and orders are in place to where we can wrap these giveaways up in 1 month and keep people excited and go on to the next one. You got to keep it simple. Sometimes I see people do giveaways where you have to buy something, you have to follow, you have to like, you have to tag 3 people, and you have to do so many things that people just don't end up doing it. There's too much going on. So keep it simple how they get entered to win. Make sure the giveaway banner's front and center on your page. If you're running traffic, or if you're sending out a text and saying you're giving away a phone, and then they get to your website and it says nothing about that, it's going to set people off. So let's talk about the smaller giveaways. So in fact, I'll read the quote first. So as of 2 years ago, data is now the most valuable resource in the world, according to The Economist. It surpassed oil. So owning this data, the companies that own this data, your Facebooks, your Googles, so forth, these are the richest companies in the world. So 2 years ago, I also decided that I was going to go and start owning my own list, because if you want to access your Facebook people, your Instagram, your Snapchat, whatever, if you want to access these people, you got to pay Facebook. And if for whatever reason, Facebook decides to make you pay $20 for a CPM when you're used to paying $5, there's nothing you can do about that, because they own that data. So I decided we were going to grow our email list, and most important, we were going to grow our text list. So We did, we ran analytics on all of our platforms like Facebook, Google, all of it. And SMS had by far the best ROI of all of them. It was typically 7 to 9 ROI on everything that we ran through SMS. And giveaways, they're also a fantastic way to grow your list. These small giveaways are something that every company should be utilizing to grow their list so that they can remarket to these people. We decided that we were going to do a small giveaway. We did an iPhone giveaway right when the iPhone came out. It was iPhone 12 was popping. Everybody's pumped. It was right before, it was like November, something like that. And we were like, we're just going to go buy one of these and we're going to make it super simple because we know how valuable these people are in our text list. We'll buy a $1,200 phone and then all they have to do is submit to be on our text list. And then we'll give away a phone. And we did this in one day. So here's kind of what we did. Here's the post that we did on Instagram. Now we showed win an iPhone. We did it through a couple other influencers posted about it too. And then all they had to do was type in iPhone to the number, and then they got an automated text back that they were on our text list and we were good to market to them. But also it explained that, hey, we were going to announce a winner the next day. So this was in one day that we ran this. The first day we brought in $38,000 just off sending the information about the giveaway, right? Total, we ended up growing our list over 5,000 people in this one day. So we picked up 5,000 new people. The next day when we announced the winner, you can see that we even just sending out, hey, John won this new iPhone, $3,628 in purchases just from that text. And there was no ask, there was no anything. We were just letting them know. And then they went to the website and ended up buying something. Most importantly, so it's well worthwhile to grow your list here, but I talked to you earlier about lifetime value and understanding that if you're running a giveaway occasionally and you have a good community around your brand, people are going to buy again and they're going to buy multiple times. So it's your lifetime value that's important as a business owner. So I went through last week and I looked up this keyword and I pulled up every single customer that entered during that time that we picked up, that 5,471 customers. Since then, they've spent over $134,000 in our store. We paid $1,200 for the iPhone. That's all we paid. And now these people, they're in our list. They get all of our marketing stuff. And to this point, that iPhone ended up bringing us over $134,000. Why haven't you tried it? If you're already a member of VIA, it's very easy to do, very easy to set up. Work with your customer care rep and figure out a keyword that you want to use. They'll help you set it all up. They'll walk you through it all for you. If you're not part of VIA, definitely give it a try. They'll give you a try. I don't know what the trial is, but I know for a fact, Greg and Tejas, they've been good about giving all of my referrals a 1 month trial to where you're not going to have to pay anything. You won't have to pay a dime. They'll set you up. They'll do everything for you and just test it and see if it works. See if you can grow your list, because it's very, very valuable, these people that you get on your list. So whatever you can do to grow that list, if it's an iPhone, if it's a purse, if it's whatever, I found that giving away something tangible in their demographic, not giving away, if you sell cookies, not giving away a batch of cookies, but like giving away something that actually they want, but they would never go out and buy. Most likely they don't have the money to go out and buy, or would never, it seems too vain or whatever. But figure out something that works for your people, do a small giveaway, try to grow your list. It's been a huge asset to our businesses and all of the businesses that I run traffic for. So that's pretty much all I have about the giveaways. I know that they want to do a Q&A, and any of you guys that have questions, I'm happy to answer any of your questions. I have a few questions here. I don't know if you guys want me to go over the questions or how you want me to do that.
Yeah. First off, thank you, man. I know the chat's blown up. People are loving what you shared so far. A nice thing is we're just getting going. Now we have the opportunity to pick your brain a little bit. So I think best thing for Q&A is we've asked people not to unmute, but the chat is open. So if you guys want to start sending in questions that you have for Van, that's great. We'll start reading them and then we can relay them to Van, or he can pick some out and answer them. We as a VIA team kind of crafted a questionnaire, a few questions from what we've heard from our current clients. Van, if you want to pick a few of those and answer them while people start in the chat, that'd be great.
Yeah, some of these are good. I can't see the chat. So after I'm done with these,
I can read them out.
You'll have to read them out. But one of the best questions that you guys asked that I saw in here was like how to know what a customer is valued at. So I went through, like, a lot of people don't understand how valuable a person on their text list is. So I went through and what I did is I took the total revenue that we did last year with VIA. We did over $10 million with VIA. And I took the total people on our list, which is roughly 600,000 that accept marketing. And I just divided that, right? And I came up with a $16 cost per customer. So I know that if I'm spending $5 to acquire a number on an SMS list, it's well worth my money. I'm going to 3x my return. So figure out what it is that you guys do on a yearly basis or on a monthly basis, and just divide that by the amount of people and figure out how much your people are worth. I'm assuming it'll be somewhere close to the same, but that's an easy way to figure out what these people are worth. They're worth quite a bit of money. So next question that I had on here was, when's the right time to run a giveaway? Really, anytime you can run a giveaway. We run the large giveaways over a full month span, right? But like the little iPhone giveaway, that was a 1-day giveaway during like November when the intentions to buy the iPhone were the highest. But weekends tend to be good because people get paid on Friday. And we usually run weekends from Friday to Monday type giveaways with Diesel Power Gear. And then tips for announcing giveaways, at least the copy, like what to say in your text when you're doing the giveaway and so forth. There's a really good app called the HemingwayApp.com that you can type out like whatever your giveaway is, like, hey, Jerry, we're giving away an iPhone. All you have to do is do this, blah, blah, blah. And if you copy and paste it into the Hemingway app, it'll spit back to you basically what reading level it is. And what you always want to try to be around a 4th grade reading level. As sad as that is, that's what the United States average comprehension level is 4th grade. So 4th, 5th grade, don't overcomplicate it. Don't use words people don't understand. Just make it very simple and easy for people to enter to win. How far in advance do we plan the giveaways? Our big giveaways were 2-3 months ahead planned. When we do little weekend iPhone type giveaways, the reason you got to do it with the big ones, with the ones that you have to register, you need to give yourself at least 2 weeks to work with a law firm and get it all registered correctly. And it usually takes them 2 weeks to do the paperwork and get it all registered in every state. With the small weekend ones and stuff like that, you can do it same week. Usually like to plan a week ahead so that you can get good content, good gifts to send out in your text, have everything ready when you actually start to run the giveaway. So,
and we've got a few in the chat we can throw your way.
Let's do that.
So Josh had a great question. I think going along with the strategy of capturing the info, not only for people entering in and giving their phone number, but how do you then leverage that data? So he says, for your final week of a longer giveaway, are you sending multiple text messages similar to your Black Friday, Cyber Monday giveaway? Or when have you seen the best time of day to send a text? Killer question.
Love it. So with our truck giveaways, for example, we do get more aggressive in the last week. And the reason that is people have human nature is to have a fear of loss. So as a giveaway is getting closer to an end and they have a fear of maybe not winning the giveaway, the intention to buy is the highest. So our last week of sales, I would say, with Diesel Power Gear, probably 60% of the sales, 75% of the sales come in the last week of the giveaway. So we do send more often because people are looking to buy at that time. So in the last week, I don't like to send more than 3 times a week. And every brand's going to be different. Your brand may be a one time a week thing, maybe a 2 time a month, who knows? But it's just best to kind of monitor your unsubscribe rates. I like to be around the 0.3 to 0.4%, 0.3, 0.4% unsubscribe rates, just so that I know that means that I've segmented my list well and that people aren't getting upset with me blowing them up because I've taken out people that have already purchased. Like if somebody bought, they're not getting another text from me the next day, right? So try to be around that. But yeah, during the end of the giveaway, we ramp it up and we send 3 or 4 times instead of 1 or 2 times a week.
Awesome. Next one. Jory says they have right now about 30,000 followers. Wanted to know best practices for starting to grow that following. Is it SMS, ads, small giveaways, large giveaways? And then,
I wonder if is it followers on Instagram or is that like SMS subscribers? I'm assuming that's followers on Instagram or something.
Great question. Yeah, Jory, do you want to maybe chat in whether that is Instagram? That's Instagram. Yep,
Okay.
correct, man.
So
And
if they have 30,000 followers on Instagram, I mean, you can, your list isn't going to grow that at all, really, because your list is most likely going to be smaller. I don't know. Your business may be different. Maybe you have an old business that has 500,000 people on your text list. And then, yeah, for sure, send out a text to follow your Instagram. But most people are going to have a very small text list if their following is around 40,000 people. So the best thing you can do, Jory, I mean, to grow your Instagram, shout outs and stuff like that help. You can run paid ads, but I don't suggest it. Shout outs, stuff like that. And then giveaways. When you do run the giveaway, it's very easy for you to say, hey, just follow our page, something like that. I've found, and I think it's more important to own an SMS list than followers on Instagram. And the reason being is when you have 30,000 followers on Instagram, 3,000 of those people actually see your posts. Zuckerberg's these guys take away all the organic reach for all of your social media platforms. So you work so hard to grow this stuff. And then at the end of the day, if they want to take away your organic reach, there's nothing you can do about it, right? So I would work harder at growing your SMS list because Via can't take that away from you. Those are numbers that you own and that you can reach out to anytime you want. Does that make sense? I hope.
yeah, and I think you partially answered this, but a follow-up question there was, how many followers is enough to get started on bigger giveaways? Do you feel like there's a threshold, or is it anytime you want to get in?
No, I mean, you can get into, if you want to do a larger giveaway, just make sure that it'll back out. I mean, usually I don't like to invest more than 10% of monthly revenue into a giveaway, just because you want it to be able to back out well. If you're running a month-long giveaway, invest maybe 10% of what your monthly revenue is into growing that. Any more than that, because there's something about a giveaway, a larger one. When you run a large giveaway and you set a start and end date, even if you don't hit like the revenue you need to back out correctly, you still have to finish that giveaway. It's legally binded that you have to finish, and you can't extend the giveaway. So just make sure that it backs out well. Start small and then work into a larger one.
Yeah, great context there. Another one has to do with SMS campaigns and in general. And some of these I'm happy to pitch into, Van, but I love, it says, do you send texts with content outside of a giveaway or sales messaging? So if it's not a sale, if it's not a giveaway, are you ever sending campaigns around that?
Yeah, well, we have automation set up with VIA, which are abandoned cards, welcome series. We have customer care. We have all sorts of out of stock text. We have all sorts of crazy automation set up, and every brand should do that. Via has a great setup for any marketer. I'm telling you, I've tested all the platforms. Via is the best for a marketer, and set up all the automation, set up all that stuff. And then we do send out text messages that aren't for sales. We do it for product drops. Like when we release a new product, we'll send out a text. There's no discount on it. There's no anything. It's just to let people know that we dropped a new product. So, but the majority of the time, it is promotional type, and then two-way text. So as you send out text, Via has an ability for you to actually just converse with somebody back and forth. Text is the way people I want to do everything through text. If you call me and I don't know your number, I'm never going to answer it. I promise you. And if you don't leave a message, if you leave a message, I'll listen to it and I'll decide whether I want to call you back or not, right? Text is very, very non-abrasive, to where when your customers text you back, you should be in Via and you should be responding to them back and forth through two-way text. It's a great way to build customer relationship, and also a great way to actually sell.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing I maybe add on to that as well is text is meant to build that relationship. So if it's always sales, that might not build the strongest relationship. We've seen very successful campaigns with customers highlighting how they give back to the community, right? Announcing or a link to the page of, when someone receives the truck, whatever it might be, community or service you do, that builds brand loyalty. So absolutely, it doesn't have to be a sale every time, but new drops, sales, giveaways, promotions do generate significant amount of revenue. So great question there, Tori. Another question here. What does your ROAS on ad spend on a giveaway versus just a product sale type offer? So yeah,
he's talking about paid ads. I didn't dive too deeply into paid ads because that's a different beast. But I've done presentations. You can find them on YouTube where I discuss giveaways in depth with paid advertising and how we do it. Just Google me on YouTube and you'll find it. But we've done split tests of running giveaways and when we're not on giveaways, and it's literally 3 times the revenue that we create. Like the traffic is 3 times cheaper when we're running a giveaway. So it's significant. It makes all the sense in the world for us to run paid advertising with a giveaway. Because if you're selling a shirt, I'm selling a shirt for the same exact price, and we both enter the Facebook marketplace, but I'm giving away a truck as a prize. The chances of you competing with me are very, very slim. Most of the time, 3 times, most of the time I'm going to win that auction. So we find that traffic's about 3 times cheaper when we're running a giveaway.
Awesome. Next one, Van, here. It's about giveaway entry requirements. So what do you suggest giveaway entry requirements be so that they still fit Facebook and Instagram community guidelines?
The only stipulation is that somebody without money has to be able to enter your giveaway. That's the law. In a nutshell, that's the stipulation. So the way that we get around that with Diesel Power Gear is we allow mail-in entries. So if you don't have money and you see a giveaway that's going on and it's registered and you want to send in a postcard, and you don't have to have that on your homepage of how people do that. You just have to have it on your official rules. And then when they go through and read your official rules, they'll see, oh, if I don't have money, I can send a postcard in. And then you can put instructions on what they have to do. You have to has to be a 3x5 postcard. You have to put in 25 words why you should be the winner. You have to, make it a little bit difficult for them so they're not just sending in free postcards and getting free entries, but make it worth it for them. And then the amount of people that actually send in postcards is pretty minimal. The people that actually get in there and look at the rules and then actually send in postcards. But that's the way you get around making it legal and making it not a raffle or not a sweepstakes or not a lottery is the word I'm looking for. Facebook doesn't allow lotteries, Instagram doesn't allow lotteries, but as long as there's a way for somebody to enter win without having to pay money, that makes it a sweepstakes and legal.
Awesome. In terms of the content of the text messages that you send out, advice on what that content should be, and then maybe a little more, I think Hemingway app was of interest as well to people.
Yeah, so they'll tell you, we're very, very bullish on GIFs. We have a creative team in-house. We make a lot of ads. We make a lot of YouTube videos. I have a full design team, everything. So when I send out a text message, usually it has a GIF that I've made. They have to be under 500 kilobytes, so they got to be quick. But we've seen a better click-through rate on those. But we don't do those every time because they cost you an extra credit. Typically, I'll launch a giveaway with a GIF, and then I'll do a follow-up that's just an SMS in the middle, and then the last day or whatever will be another GIF. So I would say 75% of the time we're doing a GIF with it, and then the other time, make sure you're including your website at the bottom too. If you're going to pay somebody to send out a text, they need to have a one-click at the bottom to take them directly to your website. So put the link at the bottom, even if it's just announcing the iPhone giveaway, like I showed you. We were just announcing the giveaway and telling people who the winner was, but we put the link at the bottom to the store just for the hell of it. And we brought in $3,000 because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I would add there as well is if you don't have an in-house team, content team, design team, you have an account manager here at VIA, like Tamra, our CS team, that will sit down and strategically map out your campaign with you. So if you don't know what to send, when to send it, what the message should be about, that's where we do the heavy lifting there, and we can help you brainstorm and strategically think of those ideas. So shouldn't hesitate in getting into text, because there's always something to communicate about with your customers. So great question there. Next one's probably one of my all-time favorite topics. It's about list growth. So they want to know how you grow your list, and then specifically how VIA enables that. So would love to learn more from you, Van, and then I can pitch in as well.
Well, I learned from you guys. I don't know why this is something that I went from a bunch of different text platforms where my growth was not minimal, but normal, with a decent pop-up and so forth. Just the collection wasn't great. So that's a lot of the reason that we switched over to VIA, because Greg and Tejas had promised list growth because their opt-in rate seemed to be higher. So we put that on our website. We have a pop-up that pops up after 5 seconds that collects phone numbers there. We do giveaways just to collect SMS. We do out of stock which is an automation that they have so that if you're happen to be out of stock on something, they can enter their phone number in, and then the second that it gets back in stock in your Shopify or whatever, it'll automate a text to them and let them know. That's a way we grow our list. There's a bunch of ways that we grow it, but via they'll walk you, your customer CS, whoever that is, they'll walk you through what works best, and they'll help you set them all up. Dude, I just set it up for a new store this week, and we had it set up in under 30 minutes, my whole store, with all my automations, with all my everything. These guys are professionals. I mean, they're very good at what they do. So they'll walk you through how to grow your list the best.
Yeah, and Van brings up a great point. I mean, pretty standard in SMS industry for those of you that are new to it. I mean, pop-ups, something anyone can do, right? You've got a good pop-up, people can get on and sign in, but things like custom landing pages to send out to your email subscribers that then they can click and go and sign up for your SMS list, or Instagram swipe up stories where they swipe up and it automatically populates a text where they click send and it builds their list. So we'll leverage your email, we'll leverage your social media. We can also backtrack through your Shopify store. So pull a list of all of the individuals that have accepted marketing on your website, and then we can manually text them, right? And in this case, say, hey, it's Diesel Power Gear. We want you to join our text list. Reply Y to join. So companies experience months worth of growth in a few days with that opt-in tool. Love that comment there, Devin. Sounds like he'll be switching over from PostScript. That's what we love to hear. I mean, when it comes to list growth, we're obsessed with list growth. And so we'll help you build it and build it quickly. And Van's seen that for sure with DPG. Let's see here.
Josh has a question that I see. I finally have access to see. Josh asked are you still excluding purchasers on the final day of a giveaway when sending out text messages? It's a great question. I exclude 1 week purchasers because if they bought this week, most likely they're not going to buy again. But if it's the last week of the giveaway and they happen to buy 2 weeks ago, I can get them to buy again. So I exclude 1 week. I don't like to bombard people. If they purchased yesterday, they're not going to buy again today.
Perfect. Guys, please feel free to throw some more in the chat. I think maybe 2 questions, Van, that have been top of mind for me that I wrote down here. Would love if you dive in a little bit more, the advantage of owning the data. I know when you and I spoke yesterday, you mentioned making the barrier to entry or the process to sign up very simple, right? If you could dive in a little bit more on that, I thought that was a key point.
Yeah, I spoke a little bit about it, but when you're running a giveaway, and particularly I see people doing this when they want to grow their Instagram or whatever, and they're like, we're going to give away these socks, but in order to win the socks, you have to tag 3 people because they want it to be shared a bunch. You have to share this. You have to do this. You have to go to the website and fill out this form. You have to, if you make it too difficult, people aren't going to enter to do it. Like, we decided with the iPhone giveaway that we wanted list growth. That's all we cared about, is we wanted to grow our list. So that was the only barrier of entry. And literally all they had to do was go to the web, like go to the link, because we had a landing page. If they clicked on it, it went directly to a landing page that said, showed an iPhone, it said, enter your phone number. And that was it. And then when they entered their phone number and pressed submit, it automatically sent them a text, and all they had to do was reply yes. They replied with a Y, and then they're on my list. So it was very easy. We had all the influencers share that. Typically when they have to do a lot of stuff to enter to win, they're either going to start and then stop, or they're going to look at it and say, I'm never going to do that.
Perfect. Thank you.
I did this with Via, Devin. When we did the iPhone giveaway, it was with Via. I've done giveaways with PostScript. I love, like, their team there's great. I've done them with Attentive. They were okay. I went to Via because they could promise list growth and their customer service. If you've dealt with the other people and you're going to deal with Via, you'll see the difference. They have customer service, like reps there to kind of walk you through everything. But yeah, we've definitely, our list grew from 200,000. Now we have 850,000 people on our list, and we grew it over 600,000 in 1 year with them.
Looks like a question here from Josh about creating lookalike audiences on your text list, text phone numbers for paid traffic. Don't know if you've ever done that.
No, let's put it this way. I'll do it again now. I did it when we initially started, and then I made lookalikes of them. I just feel with pixel tracking and everything, custom audiences quit working for me, and especially lookalike audiences kind of died. I was doing more open targeting and stuff like that. And now with the iOS 14, custom lists will be a little bit more important. So I'll be uploading those and using those for paid traffic. That's a really good question.
Good. Other questions from the group? We can revert back to our list for a few as well, but we've got some time left if people have other questions via SMS, giveaways, Van specifically, whatever it might be.
Where my mustache went. I'm sorry. I disappointed everybody here without a mustache. It will be back soon. I promise.
Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to see it, might be worth looking up. It was something else. It was next level.
Ads and SMS to get the sales where they need to be. How important is the actual product you are selling? Jory has a question that says, if you don't have much of a Facebook or Instagram following, can you rely on social media ads and SMS to get the sales where they need to be? How important is the actual product you're selling? So the first question of that is, if you don't have a big social media following, I don't think that's important. If you're running paid ads correctly, I don't think the social media following is that important. The second part of that is, how important is the actual product you're selling? I think that's the most important. If you're building a brand and if you believe in your brand, I think the product you're selling is very, very important. When we initially started with Diesel Power Gear, our t-shirts were garbage. It was just a means for ways to people to get entered to win. But as time has gone on, I don't know if you've ever bought any of our shirts or anything. We take a lot of pride in our shirts. They're soft. Our product is really good product now, but it took us a while to get there. So I think your product is important. I think you should believe in your product, or probably not the right business to be into. Reading the next one. Devin asks, what's a good way to test a giveaway? I mean, if you're going to do it I would test a giveaway with growing your list. I don't know how many followers you have on Instagram, but it's very easy to send out, and you send it out to all your people on Instagram and then tell them to tag their friends, do whatever. All they have to do is enter their phone number and then they can win. Start small, start with something relatively small and then grow your list there. But, don't jump into $100,000 giveaway, Devin. Do something small that makes sense. If you have a knife or something, whatever you can, that you'll know your niche better than I will. You'll know what'll work for them. Start with what you can afford and see if it has an ROI, see if it backs out well. And then if it does, move on to a next one. Okay. For a giveaway, Devin Nash, should we go on with the $25,000 or $50,000 item to test, or smaller? No, I wouldn't. I don't know what your monthly revenue is. I would kind of do the calculation like I told you, figure out what your monthly revenue is, and then take 10% of that and maybe invest that into a giveaway. Because most of the time you can back out on 10%, depending on what your margins are, but you'll know your business better than I will. If you reach out to me specifically, I don't want to waste a bunch of time on here going through your business and anything, but my Instagram's It's Your Boy Van. That's stupid, I know, but I'm probably the most active there, and I would love to chat with you about it. Tell me your product, tell me everything. I'll walk you through it. I would love to help out.
Awesome. Looks like questions maybe, looks like one more from Britton, and then maybe if things are drying up a little bit, we can have a summary and wrap up as well.
Says Britton asks, Britton said, okay. Devin, no, it is Britton that asked. What's up, Britton? Yes, clarifying complications of current giveaways. What else should we stop doing? I don't know what you are doing. I know that if you see we've got a Diesel Power Gear has a well-oiled machine. If we're doing it in the giveaway aspect, it tends to work. So reach out to me specifically. I don't know what you're doing with your business that you should stop doing because just unsure, but that's the biggest one that I see is that people make this shit too complicated for people to enter to win, and they have to tag so many people and do so many things and do so many opposite things that people don't end up doing it. That's a good question. What should we not be doing? Yeah, sorry, Devin. I don't know what you guys are doing, but yeah, if you are investing a little bit of money, I would highly suggest in a giveaway, I would highly suggest you get an influencer involved. You'll see that it pays for its weight in gold just in the cost of paid traffic, running traffic from your page as opposed to running traffic from an influencer's page. Your click-through rates are going to be nearly triple. It's a big difference. So if you're going to invest a lot of money into one, invest money into an influencer to push it, because believe it or not, if you have a newer brand, people don't trust your brand. There's no reason to trust your brand. But influencers, for whatever reason, if they follow an influencer, they trust these influencers with their life. So if an influencer says, hey, these guys are giving away a car, they believe them, as opposed to if your business just said, hey, we're giving away $1,000 this week. Most people, believe it or not, aren't going to believe you. So should we focus on an SMS list and not so much on paid ads? Depends. Should we focus on an SMS list and not so much on paid ads? Short answer for me is yes. Facebook is going to get harder and harder and harder with iOS 14 updates and everything that way, and them owning all your audience and stuff. Yes, it will push sales. And yes, you do need to do it to acquire new customers. You can't really acquire new customers with SMS. It doesn't work that way. But all your remarketing and your conversational commerce, like your two-way text, should be done through Via and not through Facebook and all these things, because at the end of the day, they tell you how much you have to pay to access these people. And if you can grow the list and own your audience, you have it forever. You can use it as much as you want, whenever you want, and you don't got to pay somebody to use it. Pay an influencer on a large giveaway. How much do you need to pay an influencer on a large giveaway? Say 100 grand. I would make sure you know your influencers well. If you're going to go into 100 grand giveaway, know your influencer, know which ones work, which ones convert beforehand. I would test engagement, focus on engagement rate. Anybody over 6% engagement rate that I would work with. And then you can either do them a pay per post thing, or I find what works best is a rev share split. Just off set up something with them to where any sales that they specifically bring in, you give them a portion of the sale. And then you can run paid ads from their page using your credit card. So just explain, like, we're using our credit card. I'm just using your face, and I'm going to make you tons of sales, and you'll get a rev share split off of it. I would go that route. And then if that works really well, then you always talk to them about, like, the final step is always equity. If they're really good and it works really well, and then you give them a portion of the pie to come over and to do it all the time for you.
Yeah, great questions. I think maybe two imitations we would have as well. And Van, would love your thoughts here as well. One would be, if you're a current customer of ours here at Via, please sit down with your account manager. Let's talk strategy. Let's implement this, because what Van's offered today is gold. It's worked, it's proven. So let's replicate it in your store. If you're new, if you're using someone else for SMS, if this is your first time with Via, you're in trial, whatever it might be, let's give this a test. Come explore us. We do a demo. We do a 30-day pilot, just like Van said. We'll give you 30 days free where we can prove this out. And if you want to do the 30 days around a giveaway, cool. Let's help you knock it out of the park. But I think having the right tool, the right team, and then the right giveaway strategy is important. And that's what we hope to help you accomplish moving forward. Van, any thoughts there on having the right team backing you up when you do these giveaways?
Yeah, it's a big difference. That's why we switched to Via. That's why our list has grown how it has. I think your guys' customer service and walking through and setting everything up is fantastic. It's second to none. So yeah, I think you should test it. They'll set it all up for you. They'll help you out, walk you through it all. But yeah, Via is great. We've been using them for almost, I kind of got in really early, really early with Via, and kind of they were able to build some stuff out for me that I needed as a marketer, and it's made it the best tool for our business.
Awesome. Well, Van, can't thank you enough for time preparation you've put into this. We're absolutely stoked about it. Stoked to see people go and have success with this. So, Tamara, turn the time back over to you. Send it your way.
Well, everybody, thank you so much. We'll also share this information as well. Please feel free to reach out to us. All of our information is there in the chat. But again, Van, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Always good to see you. So
Yeah, thank you.
hopefully we get to do this again, and hopefully we'll see everybody very soon.